Oh, welcome back. Continuing on with the violin, I'm getting to the most tedious part of what I've done so far. When my friend handed me the violin, the wooden pegs had been replaced with this. A lot of people said, I think they were popular in the 50s. My father had a violin that had these on it, and so I've taken those off and I'll be putting regular pegs in. The problem is, all of these holes that you can see here, there's not enough wood there to put pegs in there anymore because the wood is just chewed up, and this hole here is too big to even put a peg in unless it's an enlarged peg. So what I'm going to have to do is cut out this whole section of wood here, get a piece of maple and trim it to fit the hole that I make. And the hole that I make is going to be, like this, wedge shaped on the sides and the end, so that it puts it in, it'll have more glue surface rather than just a straight cut. Because this is only like 5.5 millimeters thick. It's not very 3/16. It's not thick enough just by itself with the strength of it. I've already done that on this side, and you can see that this is white right here, where I have already replaced that, dug it in, cut it in at about a 35-degree angle, and cut in a piece of wood to match it. And that was very tedious because you can't see what you're doing, so you have to try and look through the holes here. What I did find to work best was I started off, and after I got the wedge cut close, I would take a piece of carbon paper and press into the hole, and then put the wood on top of it and whittle it. And then where it had marks on the wood, I know it's where it was touching, and I would scrape that off. If you do any metal work and you want to flatten something out or match two pieces perfectly, you do that. You put some dye on there, or some paint, thin layer of it, put your two pieces together, rub it just a little bit, and then you pull it up, and you can see where everything touches, and then you scrape that spot off. And you can work it down till it's very flat, depending on how much time you want to put into it. This side here I've already done. This side here I'm going to do. And I said that this hole here on both sides is too large. What I'll do there is I'll drill it just a little larger, get a round peg of maple, tapered, and use my ream to get it to the right size, and I'll match that with my peg shaper and everything, so it'll match, and I can glue that in and then re-drill that, and hopefully everything will work out well then. It's coming along, putting a lot of time in it, more than I thought it would take, but then some things go slower than others.